Grounding and protection are two key things that someone needs to practice if they're on the spiritual path. So let's go over what exactly grounding and protection means. The further along the spiritual path we get, the more amazing mystic experiences we can have. It's true that we are bodies of light, but we also came from Mother Earth. As above, so below. And we shouldn't forget this, and this is why we need to practice our grounding. Grounding is connecting ourselves to Mother Earth and being more connected to our perceptions that will help us navigate our physical and external world. It's about being present, having the full human experience. Because after all, that's why we're here on planet Earth. It doesn't matter if you're a starseed, whether you came from Orion or the Pleiades, you're also an Earthling. Don't forget that. People will find themselves ungrounded from time to time, and this is when you start to lose touch with reality. I'm sure we've all met one of those airy-fairy hippies that believes everything is a sign. And it's true that the universe is constantly reaching out to us and trying to send signs to us, but when you're grounded, it allows you to understand the context of the sign that the universe is trying to send to you. Is finding that random feather on a beach a sign? Or is there a feather on the beach because you were just feeding seagulls fish and chips 5 minutes earlier? But it's not always about the mysticism. It can be very tied in with the mental and emotional experiences too. When you're angry, anxious, paranoid, confused, these are all times that you're ungrounded. And it's very easy to become ungrounded around spiritual practices, which is why it's important to practice grounding before and after certain spiritual practices. There's a few different ways you can ground yourself. You can do breath work, you can do exercise, you can eat certain foods, or you can just go for a walk in nature. I myself am a big fan of using crystals to ground. You can also do meditation, and that's what my next video is going to be about. That's why I'm making this video today. So make sure you go check that out afterwards. Next we have protection. Protection is about keeping your energy for yourself, not giving it away to others. Now there's times when you're going to want to do protection. When you're doing psychic work, shamanic journeys, when you're feeling overwhelmed, or even if you're just in a dodgy location. Now there's a few ways you can practice protection. You can use certain crystals for protection, like black onyx or obsidian, setting clear boundaries and sticking to them. You can connect to your root chakra and practice Kegel exercises. Just flex that muscle. You can connect to your guides, specifically your gatekeeper. Now I did a video on spirit guides, so if you want to learn more about the gatekeeper, you should go check out that video. You can of course also do a meditation, and again this is what the next video is going to be about. Now there's also a train of thought out there that I want to put out there and have you consider when it comes to protection. Perhaps you don't want to practice protection all the time. Hear me out. If you're constantly practicing protection, then you're sending a message out to the universe saying that you constantly need protection from something. And this is where the law of attraction comes into things. And if you understand the law of attraction, this will probably make a fair bit of sense to you. For example, I remember hearing some military guys talking about their time in the Middle East. If they're driving around in a heavily armored vehicle, every man and his dog are going to be taking pot shots at that vehicle trying to take it out. But if they're just driving around in a regular car that the civilians would get around in, keeping it low key, then they tend to fly under the radar and they don't need the protection that the armored vehicle would have had. So it's a matter of understanding your environment, what you're doing. Do you need the protection or not? Do you want to be bringing that kind of energy towards you, or do you just want to fly under the radar? Just keep this in mind. Now you can click or tap here to check out my next video. This is a guided meditation that you can use to quickly ground and protect yourself. It's really easy, it only takes about 5 minutes. I haven't recorded it yet, so I don't know how long it goes for. But if you enjoyed this video, do give it a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. It just encourages me to make more. So I hope you enjoy the guided meditation, and I'll see you next time. Love and light.